Humans and other organisms change the environment when they obtain food, eliminate waste, and prepare places to live. Because Earth is like an island, life is limited to the resources that are there. Humans affect regional and global environment through three major activities. Agriculture, particularly monoculture, which is the cultivation of a single crop. Development of cities and suburbs included conversion of farmlands and destruction of habitats for other organisms. Industrial growth, which consumes energy and emits pollutants. In economic terms, ecosystems are providers of goods and services. Sustainable development provides for humans' needs while preserving the ecosystem that produces renewable resources. Healthy ecosystems produce or replace renewable resources. Humans must be careful about the use of non-renewable resources, such as fossil fuels which cannot be replaced. Soil is a renewable resource, but it must be managed properly. Soil erosion is the wearing away of surface soil by water and wind. In dry climates, farming and overgrazing change the farmland into deserts, a process called desertification. Deforestation is the loss of forest because healthy forests hold soil in place. Deforestation increases erosion. Sustainable uses include leaving stems and roots from previous crops in place, crop rotation, counterplowing, terracing, selectively harvesting mature trees, and tree farms. The amount of fresh water is limited and some resources cannot be replaced. A pollutant is a harmful material that can enter the biosphere. Water pollutants come from industrial chemicals, residential sewage, and other sources. Many chemical pollutants become concentrated in organisms at higher trophic levels of the food chain through biological magnification. Sustainable uses for water include conservation, pollution control, and watershed protection. Clean air is important to human health and Earth's climate. Pollution reduces air quality. Smog is a mixture of chemicals formed from emissions from cars and industries. Burning of fossil fuels releases compounds that join with water in air forms acid rain. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane can cause global warming. One way of sustaining air quality is controlling automobiles' emissions. The sum of all genetic diversity among all the organisms in the biosphere is called biodiversity. There are three types of biodiversity. Ecosystem diversity is a variety of habitats, communities, and ecological processes in the biosphere. Species diversity is the number of different species in an area or in the biosphere. Genetic diversity is the total of all genetic information carried in living things. Biodiversity benefits humans through its contributions to medicine and agriculture, and through the provision of goods and services. Humans' activities threaten biodiversity. Development splits ecosystem into pieces, resulting in habitat fragmentation. The smallest the pieces of habitat, the less likely that species in the habitat can survive. Other threats to biodiversity include hunting, introduced species, pollution, and climate change. Conservation efforts are focused in three things: protecting single species. Protecting habitats and ecosystem is the main thrust of global efforts. Biologists are particularly concerned about ecological hotspots, which are places where significant number of habitats and species are in immediate danger of extinction. Considering local interest is part of developing plans to replace harmful activities with ones that conserve the environment and biodiversity. The ecological footprint of an individual or a population is the amount of land and water needed to provide resources, absorb waste, and render the waste harmless.